Hey, welcome back. Today is March 25th, Thursday, and on this post, I'll be telling you about the overall crypto markets, which includes Bitcoin dominance and Bitcoin price action, and see how they could potentially affect the overall altcoin markets. Before diving into Loom network token, LOOMUSD, and see what exactly has gone on in here, I'll be telling you about the bullish and bearish case scenarios for today, as well as the short-term price prediction on this market, according to what I'm seeing on the charts. Before I begin today, if you guys are enjoying this content, make sure to subscribe to this channel and like this video, as I'll be keeping you updated on the latest crypto setups on my watch list, regardless if it's a good day or a bad day. If you want to support me and don't already have a Webull brokerage account, you guys can use my referral link down below. They're still giving away 2 free stocks as of today upon a successful sign up and a qualifying deposit of $100 and I will also receive a referral bonus if you guys sign up under me. Please also read my full disclaimer below. I am not a financial advisor and this is not financial advice. I'm purely sharing my own speculations and opinions on this market. I cannot tell you the future, and you should always do your own due diligence before trading or investing in this market, as it's extremely risky and volatile. If you have any questions or comments, please do only leave them in the comment section below, but try my best to get to as many of them as possible. Now, see what exactly is going on in this market first. Most importantly, I do take a look into Bitcoin dominance. Tells me what the money keeps trending into. Would it be Bitcoin, altcoins, or neither? Today, we do have Bitcoin dominance down about 0.6%. This breaks down to Bitcoin price action down about 0.2%. Total altcoin market cap up about 1.3%. Now, this is the upside of Bitcoin dominance trending downwards. I will usually see total altcoin market cap leading in gains ahead of Bitcoin. I usually emphasize Bitcoin dominance to trend downwards. That's generally speaking better for the altcoins on both the upside and downside. Because conversely speaking, if Bitcoin dominance is trending upwards, the upside of that, I will usually see Bitcoin price action leading in gains ahead of total altcoin market cap. Now, on the 3-day time frame, here is still my focus because as I have pointed out quite a few days ago already, there was a lower low made here on the 3-day time frame. However, still with some bullish divergence. So with a lower low here, however, a higher low on the RSI. Last time we had that, we had 2 green candles here, okay? Right now, it does seem like we're getting a very weak bullish candle for Bitcoin dominance here, which in my opinion is a better sign for the altcoins. Now, if Bitcoin dominance here actually continues downwards, more ideal for the altcoins. However, if it somehow changes course and goes back upwards, not as ideal for the altcoins. Let's go over to Bitcoin. As I have pointed out yesterday, the key support here is still the daily 50 MA. Price action did get as low as about 50.3K here from what I'm seeing before getting supported by this key support. Now, there are still some short-term moving averages between now and the key resistance, which the price action had just broken below, which is the daily 21 MA, the blue line. Okay. There are still some bearish signs, including bearish divergence on the weekly time frame could still be playing out, as well as monthly time frame bearish divergence that has not yet yielded a red candle. I'll still be keeping an eye out on this because if it actually does play out, that's one data point at least on this monthly time frame. That's at least 1 month of pulling back. And when Bitcoin pulls back, it could still have an effect on the altcoins, as we have seen yesterday. The multiplier of that effect will usually depend on how far up or down Bitcoin dominance is trending. Let's go over to Loom network and see what exactly we are dealing with here. Let's take a look from the monthly time frame down to the daily, which I consider to be macro time frames, and see if we have any overbought RSI readings or possible bearish divergence scenarios. Monthly time frame here, we are at an RSI reading of over about 58 here, so not in overbought territory. Weekly time frame here, we are at about 70 here, so not in overbought territory technically, okay? However, there's bearish divergence that could be playing out right now, comparing this high with this lower high. However, lower highs on the RSI, okay? That's classic bearish divergence still. Whenever I do see bearish divergence on a specific time frame, my conservative estimate is that it's going to come down to the next closest moving average. in this case would be the weekly 21 MA, the blue line right here, currently about 7.3 cents. With the price action drop all the way down here, it depends on if there are enough buyers in the market. If there are enough buyers in the market to keep this price action up and not let it drop, that could be a possible scenario, and wait for this moving average to come up further at least. However, if there are not enough buyers in this market, then potentially the price action could drop all the way down to this weekly 21 MA. Okay. 3-day time frame here, we had double bearish divergence. Okay, so comparing this first higher high with this previous high here, however, lower highs on the RSI, and then one more higher high here, and a lower high again on the RSI. That's double bearish divergence. My conservative estimate would be the 3-day 21 MA here. Okay, so that's already coming up pretty quickly, currently about 11.7 cents. Let's see if this price action can hold up until this moving average comes up further. Daily time frame here, we are at an RSI reading of about 50 here, so not in overbought territory. Let me recap on the 3-day time frame as well, where we are not in overbought territory, about 62. Daily time frame here, we had bearish divergence for quite a bit as well. Okay, we had double higher high here comparing to this one. However, lower highs on the RSI, one more higher high here, an equal high. That's still bearish divergence. Okay, it does need to get a higher high to negate bearish divergence. Price action did come down to the daily 21 MA, which would be my would have been my conservative estimate on this daily time frame here for bearish divergence. Now let's see what exactly we could be dealing with here in terms of a trading pattern. I did have to adjust that ascending triangle pattern I talked about in my previous post. Do take a look if this is your first time watching Loom Network on my channel. Okay, so we had a ascending triangle pattern, something more like this last time I talked about it. However, with this new low here, I do have to adjust the bottom trend line. It would still fit an ascending triangle pattern. However, one thing to note, this ascending triangle pattern, this newly adjusted ascending triangle pattern is not completely validated and completed. Okay, it's just still my early estimate right now for this new adjusted ascending triangle pattern because we only have 2 candle touches here. We do have the 2 sets of swings up and 2 sets of swings down, but I'm looking for that 3rd candle touch to validate my bottom trend line. So I'm still looking for that. And in this case, this pattern is not yet completed. Now, if this pattern is completed, according to what I have here, then I have a measure target, which is taken by measuring the opening of the pattern, excluding this outlier wick. And I will have a measure target of slightly below 32 cents. Okay. Now, measure targets are theoretical approximate targets only, may actually be different in real life price action, more or less. Let's also take a look into some of the key resistances and supports relevant to this price action right now. So I'm going to take a look into the key resistances and supports outside of this pattern first, okay? Because the breakout or the breakdown would be what concerns me. After the price action if the price action breaks above this pattern, the first resistance I see here is about the 23 cents fib level area. And then about 30 cents fib level area. Okay, so those are going to be the 2 main points of rejection, even if it looks like the price action has broken above the pattern. Key support that's below this pattern right now will be the daily 50 MA, which is pretty parallel with this bottom trend line still. Okay. And the 3-day 21 MA, that will be the next one I'll be looking at if the daily 50 MA does not hold, and see if this next key support will actually hold. But both of which still looks like it will still keep this ascending triangle pattern intact. Okay. Now, one more thing about ascending triangle patterns. According to Thomas Bukowski and his website, thepatternSite.com, it is a 63% chance of it breaking to the upside, okay, given that it's validated and completed. Let's take a look into the bullish and bearish case scenarios here. Bullish case scenario, price action finishes, validating this ascending triangle pattern with a third candle touch to this bottom trend line. According to my estimates here, completed, price action breaks above it and go towards its measured targets, minding the resistance levels I have just pointed out. Bearish case scenario, price action breaks its bottom trend line. The next level of key support I'll be looking at will be the daily 50 MA, in which case it still looks like it would keep this ascending triangle pattern shape intact. If that does not hold, the next level of key support I'll be looking at will be the 3-day 21 MA. Still, it looks like it will keep this ascending triangle pattern intact, and then let's see if this key support will hold. Now, these are my bullish and bearish case scenarios for today. Let me know if you found it helpful. Give me a thumbs up if you did. Let me know agreements, disagreements, feedback. I love to hear them. Hope you match your risk carefully, and if you would like to see any more of my most recently uploaded videos on YouTube, you guys can check out my links up here on YouTube. See you next time.